Hey everybody, it's Midwest Scotsman, getting back into my groove with a new episode of Creator Spotlight. Been a long time since I've done one, and we're well overdue. For this episode of Creator Spotlight, we'll be looking at one of the artists who was there at the very beginning, working on some of the most important comic issues of the Golden Age, including Action Comics #1, the great Fred Guardineer. Fred Guardineer was born in Albany, New York in 1913. He acquired a fine arts degree in 1935, then moved to New York City, where he drew for pulp magazines. In 1936, he joined the Chesler Studio, which packaged comics for several different publishers in the early Golden Age. He was one of the contributors to Action Comics #1, with a 12-page story featuring his magician hero Zatara. When Vin Sullivan, his editor at DC, left to found his company, Magazine Enterprises, Fred moved with him and drew Gardner Fox's Durango Kid from 1949 to 1955. He also did some work for Lev Gleason in Black Diamond Western and Crime Does Not Pay. In 1955, he retired from comics and spent 20 years working for the U.S. Postal Service. Fred Guardineer passed away in 2002, but his art laid the groundwork for the medium we all enjoy today. Here are 12 of his greatest covers in no particular order. Action Comics 11. This is everything you want in a World War II cover. You have a Navy destroyer plowing into a U-boat, or submariners flying into the ocean. The amount of detail in the waves is amazing, and the stark red sky offers great contrast. Action Comics 15. A classic Superman cover, which is also a World War II cover. Superman is lifting a sub out of the depths as a terrified submariner looks on. Again, some great underwater details with multiple colors, shadowy shapes in the background. This is great early Superman work. Action Comics 16. One of the last non-Superman Action Comics covers, Guardineer here shows a scene that perfectly captures the title of the comic, Action. Two soldiers from opposing sides grapple over a rifle, as one has a sword pulled back to strike. I love the super bright colors of the uniforms contrasted with the pastel backgrounds, which gives this scene a real sense of depth. It's amazing work. Action Comics 18, and this is the final non-Superman cover for Action Comics. It's always one of my favorite subjects, as except for maybe George Evans, World War I aviation in particular, and World War I in general have often been ignored in comics. Again, Guardineer uses a primary color background, in this case yellow, to offset the bright green and red from the planes. You can see his fine art background and his use of color theory. Simply a great image of an overlooked subject. Detective Comics 30. Again, we see a fine arts color theory background, with a red cover giving the yellow and white glow from the blowtorch some real punch. This scene has perfect composition. It makes you wonder what is going on. At initial glance, the man with the blowtorch might seem the villain, but at second look you can see the other man is dropping a knife, so likely karma had a place in this tale. Detective Comics 32. Striking image of a police officer struggling to subdue a gunman with a Tommy gun. Again, a great attention to detail, from the suit of the criminal, to the badge on the hat of the police officer, and even the veins in the hand on the trigger. Art in the Golden Age was often hit or miss, but Guardineer was a true master, and always on his game. Action Comics #8. One of my all-time favorite Guardineer images. An American Indian and a British soldier struggle on a ledge, and only one will emerge victorious. Weapons are discarded. This is pure hand-to-hand combat for survival. Definitely brings movies like Last of the Mohicans to mind. Great stuff and perfectly rendered. Space Ace 5. An example of Guardineer's post-DC work for Vin Sullivan's Magazine Enterprises. A great outer space image with the truly terrifying alien octopus snake thing on the attack. It's got tentacles wrapped around arms and legs as Space Ace prepares to fire a laser gun in self-defense. Great anatomical work and again a great use of color. Durango Kid 32. Another Magazine Enterprises issue. Guardineer would have a long run as the primary artist for the Durango Kid. Capturing an action-packed moment, Durango Kid leaps from his horse to take down a rustler in the middle of a stampede. Great work. More Fun 47. An outstanding image from Guardineer showing the great white hunter preparing to take his shot when the real work was done by the spear from the Zulu warrior fighting for his life. Pain is etched on the lion's face as it bleeds out from a massive spear through its side as it tries to take out the warrior who did it. His claws are tearing into flesh. This is a true master at his craft. Adventure Comics 35. Can you think of a worse place to be attacked by a bald eagle? A lumberjack attempts to defend himself as the eagle swoops in to attack. You can see the fear on the lumberjack's face as he struggles to maintain his balance. Detective Comics 24. Another one of my favorites. This picture tells the entire story. Counterfeiters at work with a boy who got a little too curious and got captured. His friend looks on in horror from a window, wondering what's coming next. The use of light and shadow is amazing, and there really isn't anything I could see that would improve this image in any way. So that was Fred Guardineer, a true master, and like I said, set the groundwork for much of what we enjoy today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and sub me up. Next episode of Creator Spotlight is still up in the air, so keep your eye out. It may be one of your favorites. Also, the next episode of Inside the Covers, which will spotlight a Golden Age key, is in process. If there are any creators you would like to see spotlighted, or an issue you would like to see on Inside the Covers, please let me know in the comments below. Check out Blastin or Stashin on Friday nights, the best reviews of new books out there, and continuing content on my channel. For my comic community shout out this episode, please check out the comic board. Black Bowl is back and does a great live show on Tuesdays. It could probably be improved by leaving out JT, but that's another story. Love you, JT. Till next time, this is Midwest Scotsman, coming at you from the Funny Pages.